So yeah, we just witnessed a murder at TLC, no big deal. What's up guys, WSC Stage Creator back again with another video. Today, I'll be giving you my review of TLC 2020. So starting off, I didn't really watch too much of the kickoff show. I did see the finish of the match. It was Otis, Chad Gable, Daniel Bryan, and Big E versus King Corbin, Shinsuke, Cesaro, and Sami Zayn. And Big E pulled out the win. He beat Sami Zayn, and it was announced that Sami Zayn would defend his title against Big E on SmackDown, and I believe that Big E will probably win that. You know, there were rumors that Big E would win the Royal Rumble. People are speculating it, but right now, I don't think he's ready. I think maybe by SummerSlam next year, he will. And I think anyone who goes up against Roman Reigns at this year's WrestleMania will probably lose. So best not have Big E do that. But Big E, I reckon, will win the Intercontinental Championship, and that is good for him. So starting off on the main card, we started out with the WWE Championship. We started out with Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Obviously, this would start the show because, you know, you have the TLC match for this title at the beginning, you have this one in the middle, you have the Inferno match in the main event, so you have to spread them out. All the big matches have to be spread out, so it made sense for it to start the show. But right here, this match had some decent build going in, but not really enough to care that much. You know, I thought this would be a banger. I thought AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre would have a killer match. Turns out that they really didn't go all out here. Basically, it was kind of slow at the start. AJ Styles was just working his leg right there. The plant foot for the Claymore, he was working that leg. And then Drew McIntyre puts AJ Styles through a table on the outside. It looks like Drew McIntyre is going to win. This is pretty early on in the match. I expected a bit more of these two going at it, and a little bit more of a competitive match, but it turns out it was just him working the leg. Then Drew puts him through a table. All of a sudden, he's going to get the championship. Miz comes out, puts him through a table with a powerbomb, goes to cash in. He officially cashes in. And this is where it gets interesting. Turns into a triple threat. Almost, however you say the big guy, the associate of AJ Styles' name. He comes into the ring to stop Miz. He picks him up like a child, puts him through a table on the outside. Then John Morrison comes in, hits Omos with a chair. The chair disintegrates on the back of Omos, and he no-sells it, didn't feel a thing, and then he goes and chases John Morrison out of the arena. Then in the end, Drew McIntyre walks out, still WWE Champion. A little bit of drama, all guys going for the championship, but in the end, Drew McIntyre still the champion. Definitely the right decision here. You know, AJ Styles doesn't need it right now. AJ's the guy who I thought would win Money in the Bank earlier in the year, and he didn't, and he should have. But, you know, it's whatever. He doesn't really need the title right now. He's a good challenger for Drew, and I reckon they'll have a pretty banger match on Raw or something. Probably trying to save it, probably trying to boost the Raw ratings up by having this match. Probably won't do a thing, but it'll be good to see on TV. And as for Miz, you know, the Money in the Bank contract is just wasted this year. Seriously, Otis, they had no plans to give him the title. It was just a little gag. And then they realized we done messed up, and they gave it to the Miz. And then, wait, we're not going to put the title on Miz anyways, let's just have him lose it. So it was like, okay, we don't want to have Otis lose the match, make him look weak, so let's do that to the Miz. So this year was a complete waste for the Money in the Bank. So stupid, they had absolutely no clue what to do. You have a bunch of writers there who are supposed to come up with good stuff, and they have completely no idea what to do with Money in the Bank. How is that possible? But Drew McIntyre ends the year as champion, and great stuff. Drew McIntyre's had a great year. What else can I say? Drew McIntyre has really rose to stardom this year. He definitely deserves to hold the title a little bit longer. Don't know who's going to challenge him at Mania, or I think Braun Strowman will challenge him at the Royal Rumble. I think that's a money match. I think that'll be really good. And then Drew McIntyre will probably be champion at Mania. And then there's rumors of Keith Lee versus Brock Lesnar versus Drew, which I think would be really, really cool. And I definitely would love to see Brock back. I'm a big Brock fan. 2018 Brock kind of sucked. Nowadays, 2019-20 Brock, he's pretty awesome. Kind of didn't appreciate how good Brock was, but now I'm starting to realize how good he actually is. So Drew keeps the championship, and that's all well and good. We get to the next match, which is Carmella and Sasha. Both ladies looking hella good. Carmella looked extra special tonight with her gear, looking really good. She had to keep adjusting it. The whole match kept falling down. But this match was actually really good. Actually one of the best matches of the night. Carmella is actually really underrated. I think her character and promos are actually really good. She's in the ring. She's actually pretty decent. Like, she's good. She's underrated as hell. And Sasha Banks wins this match as expected. Pretty predictable, but, you know, Sasha deserves the championship. And I'm predicting Bianca Belair wins the Rumble, faces Sasha at Mania. I think that should happen. Sasha Banks wins this match. Nothing too much to talk about. It was a good match. Both ladies look good. Then we get the New Day versus the Hurt Business for the Raw Tag Team Championships. And as you can see here, we have new Raw Tag Team Champions, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. I'm a big Hurt Business fan. I think these guys are absolutely awesome. Probably the best faction in the business today. These guys are really, really cool. I've loved what they've been doing, and I want to see more cool stuff from them. Now you got all of them almost with the championships. But one thing I want to mention, Cedric Alexander, for the past few weeks, he's been winning matches and kind of like selfishly celebrating and just being really cocky, and the other members have been like kind of looking at him weird, like, what's he doing? That happened here tonight. He tagged himself in when Shelton was going to finish the job. He comes in, hits the lumbar check, wins the match, celebrates, he's all cocky, he's all selfish. Everyone's kind of looking at him weird, but he gets the job done. So seems like they might be teasing some dissension, like he's getting too cocky, he's getting too big-headed, and these guys are gonna like turn on him or something. I don't want them to break up at all. I'm a big fan of Cedric nowadays. Him as a heel, he's got a superstar look. I think he looks like a movie star. Besides his height, I think he's got a lot of potential as a heel. Please do not break up the Hurt Business. Do not want to see that happen, but it's interesting what they're doing. Then we get the most shocking return of the year. So unexpected. I cannot believe that Charlotte Flair is back. This was completely so predictable that Charlotte Flair would come back in this match. So predictable, and it was spoiled online too, like today and yesterday and whatever. But Charlotte Flair comes back. Charlotte's been away for quite some time. She's had some medical issues she had to take care of, but she's back. You know, let's be honest, Charlotte Flair is the GOAT of the women. Seriously, they've given her all the accolades. She's great in the ring. She's great in the mic. She's got everything. She's the GOAT of the women's division. You know, I like Sasha probably more. I think she's a bit boring on promos, but let's be honest, she's the GOAT. She's like the John Cena of the women's division, and they just wanted to pat up her record. They wanted to give her the accolade of tag team champion, so they throw this random team here so she can win a tag team championship. Probably going to turn heel on Asuka and, you know, feud at Mania or something. But yeah, Charlotte's back, and I'm glad to see her back. And I have to point out, how many double women's champions do you want to have? Like, seriously. First Becky, then Bayley, then Sasha, now Asuka. Like, seriously. God damn. And then we get to the TLC match for the Universal Championship. It was Owens versus Roman Reigns in a TLC match. This was pretty cool, had a little jump start. Owens attacking Reigns at the start, and basically the whole story was, you gotta kill me if you want to beat me. And Kevin Owens just kept getting up, he was taking a beating from Roman Reigns, and it was a pretty good match. You know, you had some table spots in there. He had a wicked spear in the corner through a table that looked pretty nasty, and then Roman Reigns just gets the job done here because Jey Uso's always helping him all the time. You know, I think Roman should be built as like a monster heel instead of someone who always needs help. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't mind it too much. And where the hell is Roman Reigns' new theme song? He said he was going to pick a new theme song, personally pick a new theme song. Where the hell is it? Seriously, needs a new theme. Seriously. But Roman Reigns is still the Universal Champion. Yeah, definitely the best decision. It's probably going to hold it for a whole year, I'd say. Probably to the next year's WrestleMania when the fans come back, Rock versus Roman. Don't be too shocked if that happens. But basically, in the end, Owens was going to get the championship. Jey Uso tried to stop him. He fought him off. Then Roman climbed up, got the guillotine in, made him pass out, dropped him off the top of the ladder, reclaimed the championship. And Roman, who's going to face him at the Royal Rumble? I would say Daniel Bryan or Goldberg. I think they're trying to do Goldberg versus Reigns at Mania, so maybe Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble, which would be a banger match. Their Fastlane 2015 match was great, so this would be even better. Then we got to our main event. This match was only announced like a couple of days ago, so this was pretty interesting. A Firefly Inferno match where the only way to win is to set your opponent on fire. Pretty insane, and this match was awesome. It was filmed earlier in the day. They came in, there was fire all around the Thunderdome. It was insane. So they both come in fully clothed. They don't want to be set on fire on their body, on their skin. So they both fully clothed here. One really cool spot in the match was the Fiend, well, multiple times, was using weapons, setting it on fire, trying to hit Randy Orton. Then he set the rocking chair, the old Bray Wyatt rocking chair, on fire. Bray covered it in gasoline, did like a line of gasoline towards it, put Randy Orton on the rocking chair, set the line of gasoline on fire, trying to set Randy Orton and the rocking chair on fire. Randy Orton got out just in time. That was really cool. That was like straight out of a horror movie. Then in an insane finish, the Fiend's got the mandible claw on Randy Orton, but Randy Orton pushes the Fiend into the fire and he's like fully on fire. He's like running around on fire. It looks absolutely insane, like some like Jason Voorhees on fire. Like it was crazy. He was full on fire. Then gets him in the ring, RKO to the Fiend. Randy's like shocked at what he just did. He's like kicking him to see if he's alive. Then goes even further, covers him in gasoline, gets a match, and sets him on fire. Now, obviously the Fiend wasn't actually fully set on fire. It was a dummy. You could kind of tell it was a dummy. Pretty good dummy, but you could tell it was a dummy, but fully set him on fire. That's insane. That's outside of the box thinking. That's some good stuff right there. Really good creativity all around on that. Really love that stuff with a character like the Fiend. Possibilities are endless, so that was really, really cool. Will be interesting to see how they bring the Fiend back. Maybe he'll like return at the Royal Rumble, eliminate Orton or something. But really cool stuff. I understand why that main evented. Really, really awesome, memorable moment here at TLC. The Fiend absolutely like murdered with fire, just burnt alive. That was so cool. Especially the stunt where he was actually on fire. That was insane. Good stuff there. Overall, a pretty enjoyable pay-per-view. Good stuff all around. New tag team champions. Fiend set on fire. Charlotte returns. Champions retain. All good stuff all around. Enjoyable pay-per-view here. Comment down below what you thought of TLC 2020. Please smash the like button. Go check out the latest WSC Hardcore Championship Royal Rumble. It was absolutely epic. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video. That boy's dead.